Welcome. What does it say?
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my court. This is my second session today.
I think it's the next show we do Mickey Mouse.
We do not want Mickey Mouse in this court this afternoon.
Which way says Michelle?
I've seen too much of Mickey Mouse over these last few days.
So I'll try not to get you in this session.
I would like to have some different cases, if that's okay. Thank you, everyone.
Judge, we're going to call him today. Let's try to give a count of maybe somebody else.
Yes, I'm hoping it is.
Let's see who it is. Look away. The first case is a Mickey Mouse because the first case is 2 wages.
Okay.
So where do you go here? What's your name?
My name is Joan.
And what's your baby where do you go back here?
Vera. Okay. Well, I'm Judge Rinder and this is Michelle.
So what's the colour wig?
Joan.
What's the colour wig doing today?
Joan, would you like to state your case? Yes, Judge. Right. Well, last week there was a really big sale in a shop in the town. And people were queuing because they said things were going to be really, really reduced by a lot of money. And I really needed a new coat for the winter. It's getting very cold now, Judge, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, you're right. So, we're in the queue, and I was the second person in the queue, and it was a man in front of me. And this lady here, Vera, was quite a few places behind me. Anyway, the doors opened and in we all rushed, and I got to the rail where the coats were, and I spotted the perfect one, and I picked it up off the hanger, and just as I did, this Vera woman ran past me and grabbed it. What? I know, and I was really upset because it should have been £60, Judge. It was a very good coat, and it was only 20. And she set off running to the till, and I chased after her. And I said to the person on the till, "This isn't fair. This lady grabbed this coat out of my hand." "No, I didn't. I got to it before you. Tough luck." Right. So, can you prove all this? This is the big question, you see. Did anybody else see this lady do this to you? Well, Judge, she nearly knocked me on the floor. I stumbled and I hit my head on the rack and I got a terrible bruise. But the lucky thing was, because the store is very busy, it had a CCTV in action just to make sure people weren't stealing things. So after all this had happened, the lady on the till took me to the manager's office and explained everything. And the till lady said, "I couldn't argue with her, sir. She said it was her coat, it was hers. So I just sold it to her." But then I thought, I know, we'll go and look at the CCTV, which we did. And there it is for everybody to see, Judge. Right, let's just hear what this lady has to say. It's all lies, Judge. She's just upset because I was quicker than she was. Yes, well, I'd like to know if you were so far behind in the queue that you got there before this lady did. Because I'm quick. I'm a regular at these sales. I know how to do it. You've got to get in there, and if you have to push people out of the way. This sounds a bit not so very nice. Right, so, Michelle, put the CCTV footage on. Let's have a look.
Okay, here's CCTV, Judge. I gave it to you.
Thank you. Right, can everybody in the court see this? Yes, Judge. So, here's Joan, right nearly at the front of the queue, and she gets in and finds the coat. It looks a very nice coat as well. Yes, Judge, it was. Oh, look, here comes Vera, rushing up. She pushes Joan out of the way and grabs the coat. Oh dear, Joan hits her head on the rail. Right, I think we've seen enough, Michelle. People in the court, they're all amazed. How could somebody be so horrible? Goodness.
Goodness me.
Right then, Vera. I think next time what you'll need to do is get up a little bit earlier and make sure you're at the front of the queue. You can't just go knocking people out of the way. That's not the way we do things.
It is the way we do things.
It might be the way you do things. It's not the way nice, helpful people do. They wouldn't just come and smack somebody out of the way.
Of course they will. That's not like.
No.
Yes.
So, the manager of the store found Joan another coat that was the same, and as a gesture of goodwill, he didn't even charge her the £20. He said, "Take this because we're really sorry about what happened." Well, what? Vera says. So you mean if I'd have fallen over and pretended somebody had hit me, I could have had the coat for nothing? Ah, well, we'd have known if you pretended to fall over because we'd have seen it on the CCTV, you see. Joan didn't fall over, you pushed her over. So I think now then, justice has already been done because Joan got the coat for nothing. And maybe you'll think twice about being such a bully in future.
Where do you going? That's what I am.
Well, that's up to you. But Joan got her lovely coat, and that's my verdict.
I'll keep going. Case dismissed. So, Michelle, would you like to take her out? And good news, Mummy Colette seems as a little boy and Mummy. So, little boy, what's your problem with your mummy?
Well, I think Mummy is too strict. She's always making rules up. There's never any time for playing. I go to school and learn things all day. I come home, I do my homework, and then I want to play. But oh no, Mummy says, let's go on the computer and find some more learning things to do. But I don't want to, Mummy. I've done that all day long. I want to play a little bit. Okay, Mummy, so what's this all about? Well, I don't think playing is any good for anybody. Who wants to be having fun when you could be learning? Well, lots of people, I'm sure. And especially children. You can't expect them just to be learning 24 hours a day. They need some entertainment time.
Yes, they can work 24 hours a day.
Don't you ever take your child to the park?
No, I'm a strict mummy.
Cinema?
Even on weekends, I make her worm all day, every day. That's what I like. I'm a strict mummy. No time for playing, ever.
Well, I feel very sorry for your children. And it makes me wonder, were you allowed to play when you were a child? No, of course not. Well, you see, there's your problem. You're just carrying on like your parents did. And I'm sure when you were I'm sure when you were a child, you used to get upset and you would like to play. Well, yes, I did. So why are you doing the same thing to your children?
Yes, I think that's what we should do. We'll go over it, Daddy. We'll go over it, Daddy. It's like to me.
Well, that doesn't mean you've got to be like that to them.
Yes, it does mean
No, you should have learnt a lesson.
I don't do the rest of it. Come work 20 hours every day.
Well, I'm not allowing it.
Why not?
Because it's not right. If you don't at least let your children, I'm talking, lady.
Until we don't worm, I won't get to cook a dog.
Yes, but they are learning.
Well,
Please listen to what I am saying. They are learning, and I have actually been in touch with the school, and they tell me that your son is a very, very bright young boy. He does well in all his subjects. He's up to date with everything. He never brings any homework in that's not been finished. And everybody I have spoken to agrees children need at least 2 hours a day to relax, to wind down and enjoy themselves. And if you cannot see this, there is something terribly, terribly wrong with you. I think you're being very cruel.
So have kids play a week as a what at school? How to play
Well,
all day?
if they've done all their homework and everything through the week, then the weekend is free. And then you could go and take them somewhere nice. You could go to the zoo.
I got kids who do homework in a week. I do homework on the weekend. The weekend is meant to go home.
Exactly.
All day.
Saturday and Sunday.
Is have to go home all day on those days?
Yes, because it's the weekend and that's when children should be enjoying themselves.
Has always homework Monday to Friday?
That's true.
Yes, on the weekdays.
So, what do you say, lady? Are you going to let your son have a little bit of playtime?
No, he's going to work all day, every day.
Right, well in that case then, I think we'll get social services involved, and if you cannot, under their supervision, let your son play a little while, then they'll have to take him away and put him in a foster home, because it's not fair on him. That is my judgment in this case.
What is a foster home, says Mummy?
He goes to live with people who are prepared to take on children that aren't their own. And they look after them and feed them and they'll let him play a couple of hours every day, and then he'll be able to relax and have fun.
No, he's not going to a foster home. I'm keeping him.
Yes, and then are you going to let him play?
No.
Well, then you can't keep him.
Okay, I'm not going to go again. Case dismissed as a judge. And I get him rid of my son. However, I don't know how to look after Cocker Gray, so I do it on one-to-one. You've been looking so hard. Still no Mickey Mouse.
Thank goodness.
We had Minnie Mouse and the Tigger. Tigger the Minnie Mouse. So Tigger, what is your problem with Minnie Mouse?
Well, Judge, I'm so tired. I can't get to sleep of a night because Minnie makes so much noise. She's hovering up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Then music goes on, and then I can hear her talking to somebody on the telephone. Then she has the television on loud. I don't know what to do, Judge. I can't get any sleep. I'm yawning. I'm so tired. Minnie, why do you make all this noise every night? When do you go to sleep?
What did she say?
Well, I have a long lie-in on a morning. I sometimes don't get up while about dinner time. But then I've got to catch up with all the work I should have done.
You can't get up at dinner time. If Mum does that, you should get up at 5 o'clock, she said she gets up. She gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning. She wakes up at 5 o'clock, we should say.
Well, if you're up at 9 o'clock, why are you doing all this work through the night? Give me an answer to that, because I don't believe you.
I'm not doing work at night, I'm just watching TV and getting something.
Yes, but normal people go to bed, Minnie, and go to sleep.
What time do we go to bed?
Well, it depends how old you are, but...
I'm quite young, says Mimi.
Well, I would say about 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock then. What time do you go to bed, Michelle? Oh, if I know we've got a busy day coming ahead, Judge, I always go at 10 o'clock. I like to get my 8 hours of sleep every night. And then you feel nice and refreshed in the morning.
So we should get up at 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes I get up a little bit earlier. Depends, but...
Michelle gets up at 7 o'clock. Get up at 7 o'clock, says Michelle.
But I feel fine. If I was really tired, I'd just have an extra hour in bed.
Yes.
But I certainly would not be hovering up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Good grief. What a selfish person you are, Minnie. Don't you ever think about your poor neighbours?
They just like to stay up and watch some TV programmes.
No, they don't want to. They want to go to bed and go to sleep like normal people.
I'm not a normal because I'm a mouse. Right, so I'm like normal people.
Well, then you need to start and behave a bit more normal if you're going to live in a normal house.
I try to behave. What should I do to behave?
Well, go to sleep at a normal time and do all your jobs in the day.
I don't have to go to sleep at a normal time. Climbing in my own house, I can stay up at the middle of the night, Josh.
Yes, well, just don't be making so much noise.
I'll try not to, she says. I'll try to shake it off with a hunger and do the TV.
Okay.
I'll try to turn the TV down against it doesn't make a noise, a Tigger.
Okay.
So case dismissed. Can we manage the whole session without Mickey Mouse, Michelle?
I do hope so.
Had to make him to go to Mummy's. Do you think? Oh dear. Guess who's here?
No.
Mickey Mouse. He's got a cobra wig. A pirate. What do you think, Michelle? Mickey Mouse has got here again.
Well, he's always got a problem with somebody, hasn't he, Judge?
Yes, always.
Seems to be what he does with his life.
Does he come here every day?
He just keeps complaining about everything and everyone.
Every day does he do it?
Nearly. Seems to be.
Does Michelle say he does it every day?
Yes. He does do it every day. And he needs to stop.
Why does he need to stop?
Because he's wasting the court's time and the court's money. I'm almost tempted just to send him straight away out of my room because he just annoys me. Come on then, Mickey. Let's be hearing what silliness you've got to tell us today.
What's the colour of his toilet, man?
Right. Well, you see, the thing is, Judge, I live near an airport. And it's not just this pilot, it's all the pilots. They're always taking off and making noise. All through the day, you keep hearing them. He says they sound like they're coming in my house. And sometimes They take off in the middle of the night. It can be 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't cope.
Is that a rugger case about boys? Says
Yes,
the judge.
yes. Okay,
Having coggles in boys.
let's listen to what the pilot has to say. Right, Judge. Mickey's right. Planes are taking off all the time, and that's what happens at an airport, isn't it? That's just the way it is. And that airport has been there for 30 years. Okay. Mickey, how long have you lived in that house? 5 years, Judge. Right. So when you bought it and you went to have a look at the house, you must have noticed it was near to an airport. More to the point, you must have heard the planes. Well, they didn't seem to be that noisy. I think it's because now I'm living there and I'm hearing them all day long. It's getting on my nerves more.
This is just so noisy.
Well, I'm sure it is, Mickey. But the thing is, you can't buy a house and then expect the airport to move. It's been there for 30 years. And everybody that buys a house in that area knows there's an airport. So I can't give you a verdict that says, yes, you're correct, because you're not, as usual.
So what should I do?
Well, move away.
Yes, I do go away.
And then, when you go to look at this next house, just check that there are no airports, no railway lines near the back of it, no noisy factories, no noisy anything. You need to find a place where it's nice and quiet and peaceful.
Yes.
And then, with a little bit of luck, I won't have to keep seeing you coming into this courtroom complaining.
Okay, I'm doing it with a rug away, so it's for peace and quiet. Okay, dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out? You would? Last case we had talking about it. We had doubled duck and we have Daisy duck. So doubled. What's your problem with Daisy?
The problem, Judge, is this. I have an uncle, and he's got some little ducks, some children ducks, and he wasn't very well. And he asked if I could look after them. So I said to Daisy, do you think you could help me, Daisy? Because there's 3 of them. 3 little boys. And they're a little bit, well, what's the word? Energetic. They take up a lot of your energy and they like to be on the go all the time. And I don't think I can manage 3. Ooh, said Daisy to me. That would be fun. Shall I come and stay at your house and then I can help you look after them? That would be great, Daisy, if you could.
It's just too much. We kids.
All right, calm down. Tissues, Michelle. Right. So come on. No, listen, Donald. I really need you to tell me what happened.
So we're going to touch character. It causes real good. But it causes mischief, energetic.
Yes, but you've
I want
got
to
Daisy.
Oh, day.
Okay, come on, Daisy, what happened then? Why has Donald got into such a state?
What does Daisy say?
Well, because I moved to stay in his house and I was helping him with the children. We never had a minute, Judge. were running around all day, trying to keep them fed, get them a drink, take them to the toilet. It was all a bit ridiculous. And Donald could not cope whatsoever. And as you've just seen, he had a little bit of a meltdown.
I better get a break from him.
And
I
then
get a relaxment.
I tried to phone the uncle to come and get them back, and I couldn't get in touch with him.
Who's the uncle? Uncle Duck.
Yeah. I think he was just ignoring the telephone. I think he was pretending to be old Judge so he could have a rest from the children, to be honest. Right, so why is Donald so upset with you? Because we were meant to have them just for a few days, and after 2 weeks I had to go home. I got things to see to at home. I can't just leave my house for 2 weeks. I needed to clean it all up and to get things sorted out. Food that I got in the fridge had all gone off because I'd been gone away that long. And then Donald got even worse because he just couldn't cope with it. And he kept phoning me. And I told him he needs to get in touch with the uncle. It's not my fault, it's his. Right, Daisy.
Michelle, get in touch with the uncle.
Can we please stop?
Michelle, get in
Donald.
touch with the uncle right now.
Well, I can see where these babies get all this bad behaviour from. If they're anything like you, Donald, I wouldn't be able to cope with them either. Do you want to calm down, please?
Just too stressful, Michelle. Pull the uncle right away.
Right, I'm sure we can.
I can't
Right, so,
see.
Daisy, you have no case to answer. Everything you have told us is correct. What we need is the uncle here. He's the one that's caused all the problems. Are the children still with you, Donald? Yes, Judge, I think he's just abandoned them. He doesn't want to know about them at all. Right. Michelle will get his address from you, and the police will go around and get him and tell him he has to come and find his own children and take them home.
Okay.
He can't just dump them onto somebody else.
I could help Uncle Duck.
There we go.
He's here.
Right. Right, Uncle Duck, do you realise how upset you've made Donald?
I got it, says it.
And Daisy?
How do you got that?
Well, because your children are so badly behaved.
I don't want to. He can say I got a good head. I can't do it all day. I got my own things to do. I got things to do around my house.
Well, then you need to get a little bit of help.
But I can't do it if I'm looking at those babies all day.
Listen to me. You can get childminders and babysitters and people to help you for so many hours a day.
Babysitters?
Yes, and then by the time they're old enough to go to school, you won't need all those people because they'll be busy every day at school. You've got to make life a little bit easier for yourself. And then, maybe, sometimes, Donald and Daisy might take them for a couple of hours as long as they know you're not going to dump them on them for weeks on end.
Okay.
Does this sound like a good solution for everybody?
Okay, get him gangsters, the uncle. I don't get a babysitter him to cat juice. I could do get him my jokes, he says. I got jokes to
There's
do.
lots of help out there, you know. They can go to nursery as well for a couple of hours a day. Okay, I'll look into all that. You don't have to worry. Michelle can help you with all that, can't you, Michelle? Yes, of course I can, Judge. I've got a long list of nurseries and people who will come and babysit, childminders. I'll help you. Well, I think that is just about an excellent end to this case.
So, case dismissed.
Well, I'm so happy about that one, Michelle. because we were really able to help.
Yes, and it's time to talk about the case.
Right.
Right, you three. How did you feel after the case?
Well, Donald, what did you and Daisy think? We're quite happy, and Daisy's just told me she doesn't mind helping out for a couple of hours and let Uncle have a rest. We don't mind that at all. I'm sure we could take them to the park or somewhere exciting where they'll burn off some of their energy. And then, like you said, they can go to nursery, they can have help with childminders and babysitters, and before we know it, they'll be at school. So I think that's a good outcome. What do you say, Uncle? Yes, I agree. If only I hadn't been so stupid. If I would have just asked for some help from somewhere, I wouldn't have got into this state with them.
Uncle, how old are your children? How old are you?
Well, the thing is, they're triplets, so they're all the same age, and they're 4 years old.
So how do they have to go to school? 7 years old?
No, they go when they're 5.
Or they're 5?
So I haven't got that long to wait. I just wish I'd have known about all this help sooner, and then I wouldn't have got so depressed. I'm really sorry, Donald, and I'm really sorry, Daisy, and thank you for all your offers of help and for looking after my children. It's okay. We'll see you soon, Uncle. We'll come and visit.
Yes. Right then, let's get back in court for this case, which is, yes, we have Captain Hook and E.R. a donkey named ow. Oh, and you got a donkey called E.R. and Captain Hook. Captain Hook was your cover with E.R.
Well, the problem is, Judge, Eeyore keeps following me around all the time. Right, and what's so bad about that? He seems a very nice donkey to me. Oh, you've no idea. He worries about every single little thing. He's always depressed. He hasn't got a happy thought in his head. And he just keeps following me and is making me depressed. I just want him to leave me alone. Even his house is a shambles. It's just all sticks thrown together. If it gets windy, it just blows it all away. And it's just driving me nuts.
Just driving you nuts, yes. What have you next?
Well, I just want somebody. Could somebody offer him a bit of help, maybe, to stop him being so depressed? He's such a nice donkey. And I don't like him because all the time he talks like, I'm fed up. Nothing's going right. I haven't got a nice house. Can you imagine listening to that day after day? Okay, let's hear from the donkey himself. What do you have to say, E.O.? Well, Judge, I can't help it. I just worry and worry and worry. I worry my stick house is going to blow away. I worry Winnie the Pooh might stop coming to see me. I worry about Tigger and his bounce. Okay, I think we get the gist of what's going on. You're a very depressed donkey. Is that correct, would you say?
I'm depressed.
I think
depressed.
so, Judge.
I'm so
I
depressed.
can't help it. Right. Well, something can be done about this. Easily peasily. We send you to see a doctor or a vet.
I don't need to go to
Yes,
the
you
vet.
do.
Why do I need to go to the vet? Oh,
Because a vet is a doctor for animals.
I'm not ill, so
Ah,
I'm going to see a
but
doctor.
you are.
I don't
Depression.
need to see a vet.
Are you listening to me?
What?
Depression is an illness. Mental health is an illness. And the doctor can either help with giving you some tablets, sending you for group therapy where you can talk to others that are feeling like you are, and make you realise you're not on your own. And I'm sure Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Kangaroo would really like to help you to cheer up, don't you think? I know they would. I know I get on everybody's nerves, but I can't help being such a misery. Right.
I do help you.
Well, I think you're going to have to stop following Captain Hook for a while and let him just have a rest from listening to all your
It's
moaning.
called help you, depressed. That's what I am. I'm a depressed donkey.
Yes, I know. And if you carry on like that, you're going to depress everybody else.
I sure hope you okay.
Well, just stop moaning to everybody, please.
I would keep on moving as long as I like to. I have to keep on moving. Oh yeah. Keep on moving. Oh yeah. Keep on moving. Oh yeah. Keep on moving.
Right, I think we've heard enough now, thank you.
Okay, I'm doing.
So my ruling is just leave Captain Hook alone for a while, please.
I won't. I'm so depressed. I'm so depressed. I can't drink anymore.
Well, there's nothing else I can
I'm
do, I'm
depressed.
afraid.
So I'm legal. I'm out of here.
Okay.
Case dismissed. So, Michelle, would you like to take him out? Right, guess who's back? Oh no, Mickey Mouse is back again.
Oh, can't we have somebody else, Michelle?
So
Please!
it's just back again.
Oh, please!
It's like a road rage this time.
No.
Mickey Mouse and the road rage.
I think the old lady might be complaining about Mickey.
So Mickey Mouse, what's your problem? Because road rage.
Do I have to listen to this case?
Yes, Mickey's.
Do I really have to?
Mickey's.
Mickey, you better not be wasting my time. Because I am getting really, really, really fed up of seeing you.
Okay, it's the other way round.
Oh.
I got a cock with Mickey.
Oh, well, there's a change.
Why is that a change for?
Because normally, madam, Mickey stood where you are, complaining about everybody else. Right. Well, that's sort of the problem, Judge. In what way? Well, I like to go to the park and I like to sit on the bench. I really enjoy watching the children playing on the swings. And I like to knit. I knit a lot. I like knitting. So, here I am sitting on the bench watching the children knitting away. Mickey comes and sits near to me and says, "Oh, what's with all this click, 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 click? I can't stand this noise." And I just said to him, "Well, there are plenty of other benches in the park. Why don't you go and sit somewhere else? And then you don't have to listen to my knitting." And do you know what he said, Judge? Why should I have to move? Okay, come on, Mickey, let's have your side. Have you heard knitting needles, Judge? They're very, very, very annoying. And why should this lady be the one that sits on that certain bench? Why can't I sit there and have peace and quiet? Here we go again, Mickey. You're even causing problems when you go to the park. Not enough that all your neighbours get on your nerves. You're even going to the park and finding problems. And why couldn't you just move and go to another bench? Didn't want to. Why should I?
Why should I, Judge?
Can I ask you, Mickey, after last time, have you found another house where it's nice and quiet? Yes, Judge, I did. I live, there are hardly any houses near to me, and it's very, very quiet and peaceful. And there are lots of green fields near to where I live. So my next question then, Mickey, why do you feel the need to go to the park where children are playing and making a noise, people are playing games with balls, and there's just basically lots of noise going on in a park? Why don't you just walk around your beautiful, quiet fields? Is it because you just like annoying everybody, especially me? I think you do. I think you just like upsetting people, Mickey.
Yes.
So I'm going to find in favour of this lady, and my advice to you is, next time, either move to another bench, or you know what, stay in your beautiful, quiet home with the beautiful, quiet fields. And if you really need some fresh air, I'm sure your garden's a really nice, quiet place.
So is there a ghost in my garden?
Sorry?
Is there a ghost in my garden?
I'm sure you've got some garden chairs. Everybody's got garden chairs, haven't they?
Yes, I've got some garden chairs.
Well then, there you go. Get your chair out, sit in the sun, and either read, listen to some music, and be peaceful.
So like I said, we're going to sit on a ghost in my car. What should I do this time? What should I do this time, Judge?
Try and find a bench that hasn't got anybody sat on it and is in a quiet spot. I'm sure you can find one in any park.
Yes, I'm sure I could,
There's
Judge.
always quiet spots in a park.
Yes.
Okay then, are we all agreed?
Yes.
Right.
Case dismissed. So, Michelle, would you like to take her out? Yes, you would. Right then. The last case of today is a man, Spider-Man, and a man. So, Spider-Man, what's your problem with this man?
Hello, Judge. Hello, Michelle. I hope you're both well. Yes, thank you. What's your problem? Come on now, let's get on with the last case. Well, the thing is, Judge, I'm sure you've seen my nice costume, and you know I have these special things that shoot web out. Yes, we know all about those. What's your problem with this man? Well, whenever I wash my costume and hang it out on the line, he starts messing with it. He's always pulling it, trying to find out how to make the webs come out. But obviously, when I take the costume off to wash it, I remove those bits that make the web. So there's no point this man keep trying to find out how it works, because they're not going to be there. Okay, and what's your answer to all this, sir? I'm just really curious. I can't believe somebody can go like that with their hands and web shoots out. It's fascinating. Well, yes, I'm sure it is. But the only way to find out how it all works is to ask Spider-Man, of course.
So that's Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, how does it work?
Well, if this gentleman would promise not to touch my washing again, then I would be more than happy to show him how it works.
Okay.
Once my suit is dry.
Okay, stop touching your washing, Spider-Man.
Right, well, you know, you can come around and I can give you a bit of a display. I just need to fix everything back into my suit first. And then you can call round. What about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon? Is that okay for you?
Yes.
Yes, that would be nice. Oh, I feel such a fool now, Judge. I wish now I'd have just thought to ask Spider-Man. And if he'd have said no, then that's up to him. But if I'd have known he would show me, I'd have asked him weeks ago, because I'm really, really interested. Right.
Right.
I think that might be the end of that.
Right, Jen. The last case of today dismissed. Right, you two. We're going to talk about the case. So, how did you heal after the case?
What do you think, Spider-Man? Well, if I'd have known that that's all this gentleman wanted to do was find out things, I could have showed him. I just thought he was messing about and trying to spoil my suit because he kept playing with it on the washing line. Why did you do that, sir? Well, I wasn't trying to ruin his suit. I was trying to find the little bit that worked the webs. I didn't realise that Spider-Man removes that, and thinking about it, he'd have to. You can't put something like that in the washing machine. Ha! Wasn't I stupid? And now that he's agreed to show me, I just can't wait, Michelle. I'll be so excited, and I promise I'll be a good friend to Spider-Man now. Always.
Yes.